True Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's May 12th, 2017. In the news today, the death of former NFL player Michael D. Jackson reportedly died early this morning in a motorcycle accident on Interstate 51. He died 97 days after Super Bowl 51. Super Bowl 51 was the end of the 97th NFL season. There's a whole lot that's interesting in this story. We're going to talk about this man's death. We're also going to talk about another parallel to the death of Big Black. We just saw him die May 9th. Have a video on that. A few more notes I want to share with you. There were these headlines a little more than a week ago about Aaron Hernandez and the word Illuminati written on the wall in blood. You see that gematria 48 for Illuminati and wall? This man who died today, 48 years old. Talk about why 48 is so significant. We'll also talk about the recent motorcycle death of former silver medal winner Germaine Mason. Reportedly, he was out riding his motorcycle with Usain Bolt and a number of other Olympic athletes, and he was accidentally killed. Suspicious death. We'll look at that. We also just saw the death of USA bobsledder Stephen Holcomb. So we'll cover all of these as quickly as possible. Let's start with the most recent news, the death of this man, Michael Jackson, early this morning, May 12th, 2017, at the age of 48. He wore the number 81, just like Aaron Hernandez. 81 is what I call the ritual number. We'll get to that. He led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in 96. Big accomplishment. Killed early this morning on US 51 at age 48. And let's just start right there. Dying on US 51 at age 48. 97 days from Super Bowl 51. The word conspiracy has gematria 51, federal 51, Michael Vick 51. Remember Michael Vick, the Falcon, retired right before Super Bowl 51? All part of the rituals I've been talking about. All the tie-ins with the Patriots and Donald Trump, the face of the federal government. Go back and watch my videos. They're all still up. Anyhow, he died on a motorcycle, which also has the gematria 51. You know, federal, conspiracy. Think about Area 51. Check out that 1983 song, Murder by Numbers. He also died at age 48, and motorcycle also shares the gematria 48. Just in case you're new here and you want to verify these things, I'll link gematrinator.com in the description. All four of these methods are based on the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. This is an interrelated system. You type in a name like George Washington, you see the 187. You type in a Washington, D.C., you see 187. You see? George Washington, 187. Alphabetic order, forwards and back. In the NFL, it's no different. You type in a name like Tom Brady, you get 98, 118. You type in Patriots, you get 98, 118. You type in New England Patriots, you find yet another 98. Special number for this team. The world of sports is full of Manchurian athletes who were born, bred, and named for their future teams they would play for. That's how rigged this world of sports is, and this has been going on since the 1800s, as I've shown. Anyhow, murder by numbers comes right in here with the Manchurian athletes. This man dying at age 48 after the Patriots won Super Bowl 51. Look at this. Tom Brady has the gematria 48, like Illuminati, like Wall. Aaron Hernandez found dead in his jail cell the day the Patriots went to the White House, the federal government, you know, to be congratulated by the president. Tom 48, Illuminati 48, Wall 48, Cleveland 48. This receiver who died today played for the Cleveland Browns and then also the Baltimore Ravens once the Browns moved to Baltimore as they once did. Donald Trump, who had his convention in Cleveland, also 48. Donald Trump, who picked the Patriots to win by 8. By the way, Tom, he entered Super Bowl 51 with 33 playoff games under his belt, playing the team from the 33rd parallel. Just want to document that Tom has the reverse ordinal gematria of 33. We actually didn't know reverse gematria when last NFL season was going. That means our accuracy is going to be this much more deadly this season with the additional knowledge. But anyway, this numbers thing, it's no joke. You look at how many star players, their name's the same as the number they wear, and so much more. You know, Tom is also 12. The date this man died this morning, the football player Michael Jackson, May 12th, 17, date with 34 numerology. Patriots won Super Bowl 51 with 34 points. It was Tom Brady's 34th playoff game over the Falcons, which have gematria of 34. The word murder has gematria of 34. We should come back up here for a second and just read the reporting. Just listen to this. Ex-NFL wide receiver Michael Jackson, who led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in '96, was killed in a motorcycle accident Friday morning in Louisiana. TMZ Sports has learned. Louisiana State Police confirmed Jackson was in an accident in Tangipahoa, Louisiana. And I might have just murdered that name, but I'm going to show you why this town is so significant. While riding his motorcycle in the early morning, he was 48. Officials say Jackson was driving a 2013 Kawasaki on US 51 around 1 a.m. at a high rate of speed when a 20-year-old woman backed out of a parking spot and into both lanes of the highway. Who's backing into a highway? You know, what? Maybe rural highway, but still, who backs out into the highway? With regards to her being 20, I just want you to know death has gematria of 20, as well as 97. He died 97 days from the end of the 97th season of the NFL, Super Bowl 51. He also died 38 weeks before the upcoming Super Bowl in US Bank Stadium, 38 in Minnesota. We'll get to it. But anyway, 20-year-old woman backing into the interstate, that just seems weird to me. The motorcycle crashed into the driver's side door of the car, and the impact was so violent, the bike smashed through the door and killed the driver of the car. Officials are investigating the crash. Jackson played in the NFL from 91 to 99 for the Cleveland Browns. Remember Tom Brady came back this last NFL season against Cleveland? That same night, the Simpsons episode about Tom Brady and the Patriots. Bill Belichick got his big win that day against the original team he coached for, Cleveland, Ohio, the birthplace of football. He exploded in 96 when he finished 6th in the league in receiving yards behind guys like Isaac Bruce, Herman Moore, and Jerry Rice, but he led the league in touchdowns that year. He was also college teammates with Brett Favre. Injury supposedly cut his NFL career short in 2000, before that, in 99, he finished his NFL career at age 29, Ohio equals 29, football 29. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. So I noticed right away that Michael Dwayne Jackson, and you know what, let's just do this in real time. I didn't check the gematria of his full name. Sometimes there's a greater clue here. Michael Dwayne Jackson, 79 like murder, 110 like president. Anyway, what stood out to me, though, about his stats is his date of birth. April 12th, that's the 102nd day of the year, date the Civil War began, number stamped on black people, 102. Slavery equals 102, so does the hateful word for black people, nigger. Both words sum to 102. The Civil War began on the 102nd day of the year. Was this man's birthday, the day he turned 48. Again, he wore number 81 like Aaron Hernandez. The word ritual, forwards and backwards, is 81. You see it a lot in rituals. March 22nd, an annual day for rituals, is the 81st day of the year. But here it is, from Super Bowl 51, which was February 5th. Remember, 2/5, a lot like 25. The Patriots had the 25-point comeback. I said the Patriots would win. It was all about 25 way before the Super Bowl was played. It would be the AFC's 25th Super Bowl win, which it was. 97's the 25th prime number. It was the end of the 97th season. But anyway, from the Super Bowl to his death, 97 days. 97, the 25th prime. Bill Belichick, 97. Death, 97. With regards to 97 being the 25th prime, it's interesting that death is also 25. You know, fateful. His name, Michael Jackson, has gematria 52. He has died before the upcoming Super Bowl 52 season, where he died also Tangipahoa, however you say this down, gematria of 52. And you know what? I was lazy when I put this together. I should have seen, make sure I got the spelling right, yeah. I should have seen what it is with Louisiana as well. Huh. Okay, so look at this. Let's start with the 485 in full reduction. National Football League equals 85. You know, NFL-related death here. So that was the 85 part. You know, in the film Jerry Maguire, which came out in 1996, Rod Tidwell, number 85, the main character in the film, he wears the number 85, Tidwell 85, you see? The next part of this is the 113 gematria. 113, number of deception and dishonesty. Mainstream 113, dishonest 113, not true 113, and a million other things. Fiction 113, bullshit 113, and really a million other things. Baba Kamal 113A says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. Now the gematria of 193, that's the 44th prime number. 44. The word kill equals 44. The word execution 44. Also, the 320, just consider that 32. NFL equals 32. America equals 32. There's 32 teams in the NFL. July 4th, 1776, date with 32 numerology. But look at that. Everything about where he died is very specific. Very specific. Like I say, there's always more, Truth Seeker. But anyway, the 52 also really pops, because this is just before Super Bowl 52 season. His name, Michael Jackson, also has gematria of 83, like Bill Belichick, like a million people in the NFL, really, because it's the football number. And for the record, the word murder also has gematria of 83. And these rigged sports games go with the rigged reported deaths. It's clockwork by the numbers. Super Bowl 52 will be in Minnesota on February 4th, 2018, a date with 44 numerology. That's 38 weeks and 3 days from his death. 38 weeks and 3 days. U.S. Bank Stadium 38, Minnesota 38. Numbers of death. They also call him Michael D. Jackson to distinguish him from the musician. Notice how Michael Jackson corresponded with Minnesota. You know, 52. Michael D. Jackson also corresponds with 88, like U.S. Bank Stadium. And with regards to the 52, last year we saw Denny Green die before they opened the new Minnesota Vikings stadium. He died 52 days before the Vikings' first game, where they were going to be playing in their new stadium that would host Super Bowl 52. Denny Green, former Vikings coach. Go back and watch my video on it, talking about this last year, murder by numbers. Minnesota with the 38, death 38, killing 38, murder 38, Prince 38, Chanhassen 38. Prince died last year in Chanhassen on the 112th day of the year, April 21st, 2016. I showed what his death had to do with the world of sports. He died on a date with 41 numerology. Super Bowl equals 41. He performed in Super Bowl 41. He performed Purple Rain. That Super Bowl was on February 4th, 4/2. It was the first ever Super Bowl where there was rain. Performing Purple Rain was Prince in Super Bowl 41 and a Super Bowl with rain on February 4th, 2/4 or 4/2. You got to remember, this nation, the U.S., testified in the 60s that we had science to create rain in Vietnam. So if you don't think they could have created some false rain for the Super Bowl or any other sports event, like a purposefully muddy Kentucky Derby with a scripted race for Always Dreaming as it was, that's something I haven't covered that I could have covered. Just understand, you guys, we live in a mad world. Rigged sports, science, you know, beyond what most of us know. Things are going on here. But anyway, Prince died on the 112th day of the year, a date with 41 numerology. He performed in Super Bowl 41. His death had to do with a lot of things. A lot of things. The town he died in also has the gematria 47, the first Super Bowl in the 47th season of the NFL, the first men's basketball tournament in the 47th year, or the first March Madness in the 47th year of the men's tournament. 47, number of Freemasonry, number of foundation. You see this? This is the Freemason compass. It's set at 47 degrees. It's a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to make a foundation with the pole star. Look at this. Foundation equals 47. Pole star equals 47. And a million other things. Special number. But anyway, 47's always relevant. So the fact that he died in this town that also has the 47 gematria, just par for the course. And again, we're talking about Super Bowls. Super Bowl 51 was the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. So he died on, Highway 51 in 47 town. I should also mention, we said he died 97 days from the Super Bowl. This was a span of 97 days, meaning we count the date of the Super Bowl to the day he died. From the Super Bowl to the day he died is also just 96 days later. 96 days later, he was the touchdown leader for receivers in 96, Freemason 96. Again, it's Freemasonry using the occult esoteric knowledge and these murder by numbers rituals. American football credited to Freemasonry. Mr. Camp, a name with 33 gematria, that special number in Masonry. The type of bike they said he was on, a Kawasaki, has gematria 59 like kill. What I wonder is if this man's really dead, did he even die in a motorcycle accident, or was he murdered and this is the fake story cause of death they give us? Also, I'm wondering if I'm missing a 93 somewhere here. There could be a piece I'm not seeing. The Patriots ran 93 plays in their game, 93 number of Saturn, keeper of time. It's often paired with 54, and the date he died has 54 numerology. So I might be missing a 93 here. But just to emphasize this point, we just saw the death of Big Black from Robin Black. He died 93 days after the Super Bowl, the same Super Bowl where the Patriots ran a record 93 plays. Check this stat out down here. The Patriots ran 47 more plays than the Falcons, 93 to 46. Check this out. Tom Brady has gematria 46. Why does that matter? It matters because Tom Brady was the 199th overall pick in the NFL draft. And 199 is the 46th prime. Tom Brady, 46. He was drafted out of Michigan, 46. And Patriots, with the single reduction, is also 46. You see? They just won Super Bowl 51, which has gematria 46, in Houston, Texas. As I said before the season, there were two NFL QBs with 112 name gematria. One was Matt Ryan. The other was Andrew Luck. And Tom Brady's season had a lot to do with both of these QBs. He began with the suspension from Deflategate from playing the Colts. And Andrew Luck, he ended it against Matt Ryan. And also, the Patriots' first game of the season was in Phoenix on the 112th Meridian. So anyway, 47 more plays, 93 to 46. 93 represents Saturn, the keeper of time. The word time has gematria 47. You see? And by the way, go watch all my videos from last season. From the beginning of the season, I was pointing out the Saturn 93 rituals the Patriots were getting. And look at how it ended up reflecting in the Super Bowl. 93 plays in the win. And perhaps that's the reason also why he died on a date with 54 numerology. Maybe that's just the whole piece there. He's dying in tribute for the Patriots who had a Saturnalia of a season. And again, here's Aaron Hernandez, dead the same day the Patriots went to the White House. Before the Super Bowl was played, I talked about what was going on with the rigged election in Trump and the rigged Super Bowl in the Patriots. Aaron Hernandez, dead by the numbers. Then these headlines came out days later. Supposedly committed suicide with stuff that shouldn't have been in his room. And then how's Illuminati written in blood on the wall? Where was that part of the story at first? It comes out days later. And again, Donald Trump, 48. They were at the White House the day he died. Here was a emphasized headline from CNN. I told you what was coming. I told you what was coming. 97. Patriots just won the 97th season in the NFL. Death 97. I told you what was coming. 110 like president. Dead the day the Patriots are with the president. So now let's go over to Germaine Mason. Speaking of murder by numbers and Freemasonry and Manchurian athletes. Here's Germaine Mason from Jamaica. Germaine has gematria of 144, the number for time. 47 and 144, the two most relevant numbers in this study pertaining to time. The tropics, which measure the solstices, which measure the seasons, are 47 degrees apart on the Earth. Every single day there's 1,440 minutes. The square root of 144 is 12. 12 months, 12 hours in the morning, the evening, 12 numbered spots on the watch as we know it. So anyway, Germaine, 144. He was a silver medalist, which interestingly enough has gematria of 93. He was from Jamaica, land of the Rastafari, land of Marcus Garvey, land of Bob Marley. Just put out videos yesterday on the death of Bob Marley, Saturn ritual, Saturn 93, like Bob Marley, like Rastafari, like Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr., like Black History Month, like Malcolm X, like Martin Luther King Jr., like Rosa Parks' full name, like Tuskegee. Bob Marley died on May 11th. Saturn in Jewish gematria is 511. Anyhow, just talking about how this man's from Jamaica. These are big numbers. Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey both murdered by the numbers. Marcus Garvey was killed at age 52. We were talking about that number. Look at the name Germaine Mason. It equals 62 just like the word Mason. And again, March 3rd, 3-3, the 62nd day of the calendar year, built by Freemasons, just like the English language. The Gregorian calendar, the calendar of the New World Order. English, the language of the New World Order, what pretty much the whole world is under. Germaine Mason also has a second perfect connection to Mason. You know, well named here, Germaine Mason. He was born in 83. We learned yesterday that 83 is a big number for Jamaica because of Haile Selassie. I think I'm saying his name a little bit better. The Ethiopian king who's important to the Rastafari movement. He died at 83. His name was 83. Ethiopia is 83. Anyhow, this man born in Jamaica in 83, and we're understanding more and more how all these numbers are relevant to this island and its history. But this was the latest, Jamaican star with a suspicious death. The day he died, a date with 34 numerology, murder 34. We just talked about, and this man died in a motorcycle accident. The guy we just started with, who died this morning, today has 34 numerology, murder number. Died on a date with 61 numerology, time equals 61, again Saturn, the keeper of time. He was born on a date with 42 numerology, another number connected to Saturn, stamped on black people throughout history. He was 34 years old as well, dying on the date with 34 numerology. He was with a group of athletes when Germaine passed. Remember the Murder by Numbers song from 1983, the year he's born. Murder by Numbers came out that year. Song about killing people within your own, status group to boost your own status. He died with a pack of Olympic athletes. He's also from Jamaica. This death in Jamaica. Jamaica has the gematria of 38, like Africa, like death, like murder, like killing, like the slang word nigga, like the word rapper. So many rappers die by the number 38, as well as many other musicians. None of this is arbitrary. And then more recently, the death of Stephen Holcomb, U.S. bobsledder. Watch this. He was a gold medalist who died at 37 years old, an American gold medalist. American 37, gold medal 37, sports 37, drops dead at 37, out of nowhere. Somebody still taking care of himself. He was in the four-man bobsled, which happens to have gematria of 33 like Olympic. The name of the event, the four-man bobsled. They did this post at 218. Remember, 218 has a lot to do with pi as well. Check out that channel, Zenith of the Alpha. For those of you who don't come to my blog, you're looking at my blog right now. On the top of the right screen, I have a lot of great channels linked. More gematria knowledge here, gematria blogs and YouTube channels. This guy right here, Zenith of the Alpha, has a video on 218, and it is just mind-blowing. He also calls into my radio show and talks about 218 a lot. This is a number that I don't do justice for, but Zenith of the Alpha has. It's not a coincidence this tweet came at 218 from USA Bobsled Skeleton. They talk about in his death how he won this event, that the U.S. Look, the gold medal was the first U.S. win in the event since '48 when he won. And he won in Vancouver, the Vancouver Olympics, which were in 2008. 40 years, or excuse me, 60 years later. The day he died was May 6, 2017, a date with 48 numerology. And bobsledding happens to have gematria 48. Drops dead on a date with 48 numerology, bobsledding 48, first gold medal since 48. We just talked about what 48 has to do with Illuminati. Let me take it a little bit further. Remember, we just said Illuminati was 48, like wall, Aaron Hernandez. It was written Illuminati in blood on his wall. Evil has gematria 48. So does the word Freemason. And it's not to say that all Freemasons are evil, but the Freemasons in high places are absolutely horrible people. I mean, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Using all this occult knowledge to just... I mean, why? Well, why is this so necessary? He was born April 14th, 14/4, kind of like 144, in Park City, Utah. Dead in Lake Placid, New York. He was born on a date with 117 numerology that connects to the name the United States of America as well as the number 13. Where he died, Lake Placid has the gematria of 38 like death, killing, murder. Also 74 like killing, Masonic gematria. That song Gematria, the Killing Name by Slipknot. Where he was born, Park City, Utah, as gematria of 54 like his name Stephen Holcomb, like four-man bobsled event which he won. And like I just said, 54 and 93, they're often paired together in these rituals. Bobsledding also 93, also like Olympic. The other thing about 48, the other big thing about 48 is this. 223 is the 48th prime number, and 223, that very important number to Freemasonry that we talk about so often. And again, Freemasons 48 as well. So I think that's it, Truth Seeker, you know. I wish I could just finish my book without these routine distractions, but I'm hoping that as I get out the word, the audience is growing and more people are going to pick up the book and spread it when it comes out. This knowledge has to reach the masses. Murder by numbers. I mean, isn't it amazing how this just goes on every day, and when you know the code, how easy it is to see through? And for all of you who say it's all coincidence, I mean, really? And these posts, it's just I go through and decode each piece. I don't even have to think about that long. It's just all so clear. It's like, yep, here we go again. 97 days after the 97th season. Interstate 51, motorcycle 51 and 48. You know? I mean, how can this all be coincidence like this every time, these stories? All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.